The story begins with a woman named Malorie, who is pregnant and painting at home. At that moment, her sister Jessica comes to her and asks if she has seen the news on TV. Jessica tells Malorie that the news is talking about a virus and that people are very scared. Malorie does not take it seriously. However, because Jessica insists, Malorie watches the news. The report says that a strange disease has spread in Russia, where people suddenly lose their mental balance and commit suicide. The news explains that no one knows yet whether this is a disease or a virus. It only happens when people see something invisible. As soon as they see it, they go insane and kill themselves. The news also says that this disease has already spread to millions of people and is now moving from Russia to other countries. Still, Malorie does not take it seriously and ignores the warning. After that, Malorie goes to the hospital with her sister Jessica for a pregnancy checkup. The female doctor gives Malorie good news and tells her that the baby is completely healthy and that she will soon become a mother. Malorie becomes very happy after hearing this. As Malorie is leaving the hospital, she sees a woman in one corner smashing her head repeatedly into a mirror. Malorie gets extremely scared and runs out of the hospital. She quickly gets into the car where Jessica is waiting. Malorie urgently tells Jessica to leave immediately, saying that the virus from Russia may have reached here too. Hearing this, Jessica gets nervous and starts driving. On the road, they see police cars rushing everywhere. Jessica tries to calm Malorie, but both sisters are very scared because they see panic and fear among the people. Suddenly, Malorie's phone rings. Jessica tells her that the phone is on the back seat. When Malorie turns around to pick it up, Jessica suddenly screams, "Oh my God, what is that?" Malorie asks her what she is talking about, but before she can get an answer, Jessica's eyes begin to change color. Tears start coming from her eyes, and fear appears on her face. While driving, Jessica completely loses control of the car. Malorie begs her to stop the car, but Jessica is no longer in control. The car crashes badly. Luckily, both sisters survive and crawl out of the car. Then Malorie sees Jessica walking toward the road. Jessica turns back, looks at Malorie, and then walks directly in front of a truck. The truck runs over her brutally and drives away. Malorie is shocked and runs toward her sister, but at the same time, a nearby car explodes. Malorie becomes even more terrified. Chaos is everywhere. Accidents are happening, and people are running in panic. Malorie starts running with the crowd but soon falls down. A woman runs toward Malorie to help her stand up, but suddenly that woman also sees something. She loses her mental balance and sits inside a burning car, killing herself. Malorie becomes even more frightened. At that moment, a man named Tom runs toward her, picks her up, and takes her to a nearby house. Tom knocks on the door. Inside the house are two men named Douglas and Greg. Greg is the owner of the house. Douglas tells Greg not to open the door, but Greg is a kind man and opens it anyway. Tom, Malorie, and a female police officer enter the house. Inside the house, there are already several other people. Everyone is confused and asking what is outside that is making people go insane and kill themselves, but no one has any answers. Malorie tries to contact someone on her phone, but there is no signal. Someone turns on the TV. The news reports that the virus has spread across the entire world. People are killing themselves, and anyone who is not infected is told to stay inside their homes and keep all doors and windows closed. After hearing this, Tom tells everyone to close all the windows. They cover the windows and paste paper over the glass so no one can see outside. 3 days pass like this. Everyone inside the house is worried and stressed. Suddenly, there is a knock at the gate. Douglas tells Tom that they cannot let anyone inside. Tom asks who is outside, and a crying woman's voice answers, begging to be let in. Douglas warns Tom again, saying the woman could be infected. Malorie points a gun at Douglas and insists that they should help her. Tom is told to open the door. Everyone closes their eyes, and the door is opened. A woman named Olympia enters the house. They soon discover that Olympia is also pregnant. Olympia removes her blindfold and explains that she ran out of food and knocked on many houses before reaching this one. Douglas tells her that everyone in the house has already been starving for many days. A supermarket is nearby, but reaching it is extremely dangerous. Greg tells everyone in the house that there are CCTV cameras installed outside his home. He says that using the cameras, they can see where the monsters are and find a safe way to reach the supermarket. Everyone refuses his idea, but Greg insists. He says they have been trapped inside the house for many days, and if they do not do something soon, they will eventually die of hunger. Douglas warns Greg that this is a huge mistake, but Greg replies that he does not believe he can get infected just by watching the camera footage on a screen. Because Greg insists, Tom and the police officer tie him to a chair so he cannot harm himself. Everyone leaves the room. Shortly after, Greg sees movement on the screen. Fear appears on his face, and his eyes begin to change color. The others hear him screaming and rush into the room, only to find that Greg has smashed his head on the table and killed himself. The group realizes that whether the creatures are seen directly or on a screen, the result is the same. After several more days, hunger becomes unbearable. They decide they must reach the supermarket. Tom comes up with an idea and tells everyone that they can reach the supermarket by using the car's GPS. Some people agree with the plan, while others disagree. Tom says that they have no other option. After that, the people who agree to go outside paint the car windows so that nothing can be seen from inside or outside. Then Tom starts driving toward the supermarket using the GPS. Along the way, they see that the city has been badly destroyed, with crashed cars everywhere and many dead bodies lying on the streets. After going some distance, the car's sensors start beeping. When they look at the sensor indicators, they realize that the monsters have surrounded the car from all sides. However, Tom does not lose courage and keeps driving. After a short while, they reach the supermarket. Then they get out of the car and tie blindfolds over their eyes. Slowly, they enter the store. After entering, Tom quickly closes all the doors and windows of the store, and then all of them remove the blindfolds from their eyes. After removing the blindfolds, they become very happy because the store has all the things they need. They quickly start gathering supplies. Malorie finds 3 birds in a cage and decides to take them with her. At that moment, the store door is knocked on very hard. Everyone becomes extremely scared and says that the door should not be opened. Outside, a man is screaming and crying, repeatedly begging to be let inside. Tom says that he is going to open the door, but everyone tries to stop him. However, Tom feels sorry for the man and says that he might really be in need. Everyone finally agrees. Douglas points his gun toward the door, and everyone closes their eyes. Tom opens the door slightly and asks who he is. The man says that he is in great pain and begs to be allowed inside. His voice is recognized by a man inside named Charlie. The man outside turns out to be Charlie's friend, who used to work with him. Suddenly, the man outside starts pushing the door and says that everyone should look at the monsters because they are very beautiful. Everyone realizes that the man is infected, and Tom tries to close the door again. The birds that Malorie brought with her start screaming loudly. Malorie realizes that the birds react whenever these monsters are nearby. Tom struggles to keep the door closed while everyone is terrified. In that moment, Charlie runs toward the door, pushes his friend back outside, and then goes outside himself to save the others. Charlie is killed outside, and his blood flows under the door. Everyone is devastated and they quickly return back to the house from there. Then we see Malorie trying to make contact over the radio when she hears Olympia's voice, who appears to be talking to someone. Malorie notices that Olympia is standing near the door while loud knocking can be heard. The man outside pleads with Olympia to open the door. Being kind-hearted, Olympia agrees and opens it, allowing the man to come inside. His name is Gary. As soon as Malorie sees the unknown man whose name is Gary, she points a gun at him and threatens to kill him. Hearing the commotion, the other people in the house come out of their rooms. When they see an unknown man inside their home, they panic and begin shouting at Olympia, demanding to know why she let him in. Olympia explains that she understands the pain of loneliness, which is why she allowed him inside. Gary then tells everyone that some people came to his house and forcibly made his friends open their eyes and look at the monster. As a result, they all committed suicide. He says he barely managed to escape and desperately begs them not to throw him out. However, Douglas points his gun at Gary and orders him to leave immediately. The others try to stop Douglas, but he refuses to listen, insisting that he cannot take the risk. At that moment, an elderly woman in the house named Cheryl strikes Douglas on the head from behind with a heavy object, knocking him unconscious. Tom then carries Douglas into a room and lays him down. The next day, we see that Olympia and Malorie both start having labor pains at the same time. Tom and Cheryl help both of them and take Malorie and Olympia upstairs into a room. Meanwhile, Gary is acting very normal. He takes out a diary and some papers from his bag. On those papers, there are drawings of devils and monsters. Gary spreads those papers out on a table and starts sketching something on a blank paper with a pencil. Then we see that Malorie gives birth to a baby boy and Olympia gives birth to a baby girl. On the other side, Gary puts the bird cage into a refrigerator. Douglas asks him what he is doing, but Gary does not give any answer. He then starts removing the papers from the windows that the people of the house had put up. At that moment, Tom comes downstairs and sees the papers lying on the table with drawings of devils and monsters on them. Douglas shouts from behind that Gary has put the bird cage in the refrigerator and that he had warned everyone that this man was infected. Tom takes the bird cage out of the refrigerator, but at that exact moment, Gary comes from behind and hits Tom on the head with a heavy object, knocking him unconscious. After that, Gary rushes toward Douglas so that he can kill him as well. Douglas looks into Gary's eyes, and here we find out that Gary is a puppet of those monsters. At that moment, Douglas covers his eyes with his hands and says, "I knew you were infected." He hears the sound of babies crying from the upstairs room, and he goes upstairs to the room where Olympia and Malorie are present. Gary enters the room and tears off the papers covering the windows and opens the window. Olympia's eyes fall outside through the window, and the color of her eyes starts to change. Malorie quickly snatches Olympia's baby from her. At that moment, Olympia runs toward the window, breaks it, jumps outside, and commits suicide. Gary then grabs Cheryl and forcefully opens her eyes. Cheryl screams loudly, and at the same time, the color of her eyes also starts to change. She is already holding a scissor in her hand. Cheryl stabs herself in the neck with the scissor and commits suicide. After that, Gary comes toward Malorie, who is hiding under a sheet with her son and Olympia's daughter. Gary tells Malorie to hand over the babies to him. At that moment, Douglas comes upstairs with a shotgun and his eyes are closed. Gary knows that Douglas's eyes are closed and that he cannot see, but even then Douglas fires at him. The bullet hits Gary's shoulder. When Douglas starts reloading the gun, Gary takes advantage of this. Gary pushes him and throws him down to the lower floor, and Gary also falls down. Gary has the same scissor in his hand, and he stabs Douglas in the chest, which causes Douglas's death. Suddenly, Tom regains consciousness, and Tom kills Gary with Douglas's shotgun. Then Tom comes to Malorie and comforts her. In this way, 5 years pass, and we see Malorie training her son and Olympia's daughter on how to survive. Both children have now grown up, and Tom and Malorie are in a relationship. One day, a man named Rick is heard on the radio. He says that they have a compound where a community lives and that they have plenty of food and supplies. He explains that if they want to come there, they should move forward with the flow of the river. The compound is located in the middle of a jungle, but they will need to pack 2 days' worth of food and supplies because it will take 2 days to reach it. Tom asks Rick how they will find him, and Rick tells Tom that if they follow the sound of the birds, they will reach the compound directly. Then we see that Malorie and Tom get into an argument. Tom wants to go to the compound and says that they should take this risk, but Malorie says that she does not trust Rick and that it might be a trap. The next day, Malorie and Tom go out with the children in search of supplies. Tom and Malorie spot a house nearby, decide to go inside, and after entering, they begin searching through it to gather whatever supplies they can find. At that moment, some people suddenly arrive who are puppets of those monsters. Seeing this, Tom and Malorie become very frightened. Tom tells Malorie to take the children out through the back door and says that he will distract these people. He tells her that if he does not reach home within 15 minutes, she should take the children and leave toward the compound by boat. Malorie does not agree and says that she will not leave him alone. But Tom forces her, and Malorie takes the children and leaves through the back door. Tom goes out through the front gate and points a shotgun at the infected people. At that moment, the infected people see the children, so Tom immediately opens fire with the shotgun and kills all of them. During this time, one infected man also fires, and the bullet hits Tom, causing him to fall. After that, Tom removes the blindfold from his eyes because one infected man is still alive. He senses some movement behind him, and as soon as he turns back and looks, he also becomes infected. However, he does not lose courage and kills the remaining infected man as well, and after that, he shoots himself and commits suicide. Hearing the sound of the gunshot, Malorie understands that Tom is no longer in this world. She goes back to the house and cries a lot because Tom was her last support. Then she gathers courage, composes herself, and strictly explains to the children that they are going on a trip, but this trip will not be easy, so whatever she tells them, they must do exactly that. After that, Malorie takes the bird cage and her children, sits in the boat, and leaves toward the compound through the river. Suddenly, the birds start chirping loudly, and Malorie realizes that a monster, some devil, or infected people are nearby. Malorie is wearing a blindfold and starts firing without looking. She hears a man's voice telling her to remove the blindfold and look at the monster, saying that it is very beautiful, you should see it. Malorie understands that this man is infected like Gary. When Malorie does not remove her blindfold despite the infected man's repeated insistence, the man comes close to the boat and tries to forcibly remove Malorie's blindfold. Malorie attacks him with a sharp object and kills him. Suddenly, she feels that the water flow has become very fast, and she realizes that there is a very deep cliff ahead. After going a little further, due to the strong water flow, their boat overturns, and Malorie and the children fall into the river. Hearing the children's screams, Malorie tries to locate them by sound. During this, Malorie reaches her son and saves him. Then she asks Olympia's daughter where she is. Olympia's daughter has a bell with her. Malorie tells her to keep ringing it repeatedly so that Malorie can reach her as well. Olympia's daughter keeps ringing the bell again and again, and after some time, Malorie reaches Olympia's daughter and saves her too. After this, Malorie goes into the jungle with her children, where she hears the voice of her sister Jessica. After some time, she also hears Tom's voice, and she understands that it is not real. All three of them are wearing blindfolds. Suddenly, Malorie falls into a ravine and becomes unconscious. Meanwhile, the devil speaks to the children in Malorie's voice and tells them to remove their blindfolds. At that moment, Malorie regains consciousness and goes out searching for the children, telling them not to remove their blindfolds. The children become very confused about which voice is real and which one is fake. At that moment, Malorie mentions Tom while calling out to her children. Suddenly, she hears the sound of a bell, which Malorie's son is ringing. Malorie moves in the direction of the bell and finds her son, and after some time, she also finds her daughter. Malorie hugs both of them. Suddenly, they hear the sound of birds. Malorie understands that the compound is somewhere nearby and starts following the sound of the birds. Suddenly, she hears Tom's voice again, asking her to please help him, but Malorie knows that this is not Tom, it is the monster. Malorie keeps chasing the sound of the birds, while the monster follows them. The monster tries in every way to stop Malorie and the children from entering the compound. While running, Malorie reaches a door and starts knocking loudly, saying that she has children with her and asking them to please open the door. Suddenly, the door opens, and Malorie enters inside with her children. Inside, the people check the eyes of all three of them and say that all three are fine. Meanwhile, Rick also arrives, the same person who had told Malorie and Tom about this place. Rick tells them that now they can remove their blindfolds. When Malorie removes her blindfold and looks at Rick, she realizes that Rick is blind. Rick then takes them toward the compound, where all the people are blind. The people of the compound are very happy and are talking to each other in a very cheerful mood. Seeing this, Malorie also releases her 3 birds. Now Malorie is very peaceful and happy because she and the children are safe. With this, the story comes to an end. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more gripping movie explanations like this.